Right with me at the Olympic House in Paris, I got a champion swimmer from Sri Lanka. He represented Sri Lanka in the year 2000 in Sydney and in Athens in 2004. Conor Francis, welcome to Prime Time in Paris.
Thank you.
And it's so nice to meet you. It's so nice to hear that you were awarded here in Paris at the 33rd Olympiad. So tell us what has been this award all about and how's the feeling?
The award was Champions for Change. It's by the University of London. And the motto is service to the community. You know, as an Olympian and giving back to the community. And how do we give back to the community? Like Nelson Mandela says, you know, knowledge is education. That's the award all about.
What was your feeling in Sydney when you took to the field representing your country?
My aspiration was to be the best I can be humanly possible. And, you know, as a childhood, I always wanted to be an Olympian. And to achieve that, you know, it's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of sweat and tears. You know, as an athlete, it was my support group. You know, my coaches, my closest friends who believed in me, and my family who will always support me. You know, qualifying for the Olympics was the biggest achievement. I believe for me it was the biggest achievement, qualifying for the Olympics. And my coach would always say, you know, keep focused but enjoy the process.
There's a 4-year gap between Olympics, and you know, for a person to motivate or keep himself motivated, how did you do it?
It was hard, but was it worth it? Yes, and I took on that challenge. You know, I was thankful enough that I had a good team, support team around me, keeping myself healthy. That was the main part of it. And my well-being, you know, having that space for myself.
What is the feeling that you'll get, you know, in the athletes' village, just before the competition begins, when you're ready to take that dive, you know? Take us through those moments.
You know, the village it's one of the best places to be, I guess, you know. You meet every athlete from every nation. And it's all about having friendships, you know, building friendships, building network.
But you surely bumped into certain other greats that you've always dreamt about. So one or two names that you can drop us.
I met Michael Phelps. You know,
wow.
he and I debuted in the same games at Sydney. You know, and then 4 years fast forward, he was one of the greatest, right?
Yeah.
And meeting him, and we had good exchange conversations. You remember, you used to have the 200, I used to have the 100.
Yeah.
So it was nice. You know?
What are the emotions that come through you, the thoughts that go through you when you are about to take a dive in an Olympic qualification round?
For me, it was basically putting myself through that process. You know, that I have done it a million times. I just focused on me and my race and my lane. And as far as for me, if I executed my race the way I planned to do it, that's all that mattered, because at the end of the day, the results will show. And that's exactly what I did, you know.
I know being a two-time Olympian is not an easy task, but there were two people behind him when he started his journey. Tell us something about your parents.
So big shout out to my mom and dad. You know, my sister, you know, they were always there behind me. They never pushed me, but they supported me all along. And of course, you know, the government of Sri Lanka, in the National Olympic Committee of Sri Lanka, they have always supported me, you know, and given me anything that I required to be the best I can be, including the Swim Federation of Sri Lanka. You know, they have always supported me, and they always believed in me. And you know, the only thing that they have always said, dream big.
Yeah.
You know. And towards the end, you know, my beautiful wife, Nidhi, she kept believing in me as well, you know. And then I came out of retirement, and then I started swimming masters, and then, you know, she has been a stronghold, you know, a backbone for me, and you know, and she's never said no, and you know, she always put me in my place if I stepped over, she goes, listen, you know, you can do this. And you know, she believes in me.
Your current life in Korea, you were in Jakarta before that. How was it doing?
Yeah, so presently I'm in South Korea. I work at the Soul Foreign School as the performance coach. It's the passion that I do, and I love what I do. You know, educating student athletes to be the best that they can be, and how do I nurture them, and how do I get the best of them. Whenever I can, I always want to give back, and that's my motto to myself as an Olympian, is to give back to the community, to service back to the community. And I think that's where we create peace.
Nidhi, how has been your journey on the sideline? You know, behind every successful man truly is a woman.
Is a successful woman who has to be strong in heart and mind, because I think for a sportsman of his caliber, they're so decorated, they're so up there, and you have to be strong within yourself to be able to support someone who's achieved so much. And so many a times you put him or them above yourself. And so it's that sacrifice that you need to have, and that hard work, that patience, that love, if I can say, to get them where they want to be. Because, I mean, I never knew him when he was an Olympian, but I've only heard stories. And so it takes a lot to be at that stage, which we as simple people don't understand. But I guess just through the stories, you believe how much they've done and you support it.
And of course, I'm tempted to ask you, where did Cupid strike for the Olympian and the wife of the Olympian?
Well, it goes back 10 years ago in 2014 at the Lusophone Games that was held in our little state of Goa. And I was a liaison officer. Conrad worked as an official for Sri Lanka. And that's where we met. And fast forward 10 years, we've been dated, married. Married almost 7 years now.
Yeah.
So it was the Lusophone Games. It had to be a sporting event.